Okay, so today we're going to dive into a really simple but honestly pretty profound idea that Mel Robbins talks about. It's something that could totally change how you deal with stress and pretty much all of your relationships. It's called the let them theory, and it is all about finding your peace by letting go of that one thing we all try to hang on to for dear life: control.
Does that question hit home for you? That feeling of being just completely drained, not because you've been running a marathon, but from the mental gymnastics of trying to manage people, predict every outcome, and just make sure every little thing goes the right way. Man, it is such a heavy burden to carry around.
And look, this stuff shows up in ways we might not even label as control. Maybe it's that urge to check your partner's messages, just wondering what they're up to, or spending like an hour staring at a text message, trying to decode its real meaning. It could be planning an event down to the most microscopic detail, or just getting caught in that awful loop of worrying what other people are thinking about you. These are all just symptoms of the very same thing.
Which brings us right to our first big point. This constant effort to control everything, it's an unwinnable battle. We pour so much of our precious energy into trying to manage things that are, let's be real, completely unmanageable.
So, here's the simple, hard truth of it all. We can't control other people. We just can't. We can't control what they think, what they feel, or what they do. And when we obsess over trying to, it's not them we're hurting, it's us. That obsession doesn't control them, it just ends up controlling you.
So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? This is where we get to introduce the let them theory. And it's not some kind of tactic or a mind trick. Nope. It's a massive shift in how you see the world, and it can lead to this incredible sense of freedom.
At its heart, the theory is just this. It's the practice of allowing other people to be who they are, to make their own choices for better or worse. And when you do that, you free yourself from all that stress of trying to control something that was never yours to control in the first place.
Now, it is so important to get this straight. Let them is not about being a doormat. It's not about just giving up or letting people walk all over you. It's not weakness. Actually, it's the exact opposite. It's about reclaiming your power. It's about choosing your peace over their chaos. It is an act of pure empowerment that's all about acknowledging reality as it is.
And this is where it gets kind of ironic, right? Just think about that for a second. When you are so focused on managing somebody else's behavior, who's really losing control? You. You're losing control of your emotions, your peace of mind, and your own focus.
Okay, so this leads us to the first real practical application of the theory, making that big shift from expectation to acceptance. This is literally how you stop feeling disappointed all the time and start living in the real world.
How many times have you been disappointed because someone didn't do what you hoped they'd do? We get mad at them for letting us down. But this quote, it just reframes everything. The disappointment you're feeling isn't really their fault. It's a mirror reflecting the expectations you put on them.
You see, those expectations that they should have called back, that they should just know what you need, they usually bubble up from our own insecurities, our own unmet needs. The let them theory is an invitation to look inward, to take care of those needs ourselves, and to release everyone else from the impossible job of managing our feelings for us.
And let's be super clear here. Accepting someone's behavior doesn't mean you approve of it or that you think it's okay. Acceptance isn't just passively rolling over. It's an active, powerful choice to see things as they really are, without letting that reality wreck your inner peace.
This right here, this becomes your new internal mantra. It's you saying to yourself, I'm not blind. I see exactly what's happening, but I am making a conscious choice not to hand over my power and not to let it disturb my peace. You're choosing to respond, not just react.
So this all leads to a really fascinating side effect of letting go. When you stop trying to fix everyone else, you end up learning so much about yourself. It's all about looking in the mirror and then, finally, setting some healthy boundaries.
The let them theory asks us to think of our urge to control other people like it's a mirror. It's just reflecting our own stuff back at us, our own insecurities, our own inner struggles, the parts of us that need a little healing. That urge to fix them is really just an invitation to heal you. So the next time you feel that need to jump in, to control, to fix something for someone else, just pause. Ask yourself this question first. Why does this specific thing bother me so much? What nerve is it touching inside of me? And then you got to go a little deeper. What's really driving this? Is it a need for security? A fear of being abandoned?
This kind of self-awareness becomes your superpower here, because it helps you see where the real problem is.
And here's a really cool, unexpected benefit of all this self-reflection. It makes it so much easier to set boundaries. When you let other people be responsible for their choices, you are suddenly free from the responsibility of managing their life. And that gives you the permission you need to say no without feeling guilty about it. And just remember, boundaries aren't about building walls and pushing people away. A better way to think of them is like bridges. They create the space and the respect you need for much healthier, more real relationships, first and foremost with yourself, and then with everybody else.
So, where does all this lead? What's the end game here? When you really adopt this let them mindset, it all comes down to two simple but life-changing things: your peace and your power.
And a really powerful way to stay in this mindset is gratitude. Seriously. The next time you're feeling frustrated with someone, just stop. Instead of zeroing in on what they're doing wrong, try to find one thing, just one thing you can appreciate about them. Gratitude literally rewires your brain to see the good, and it pulls you out of that toxic cycle of blame and resentment.
And this all boils down to the biggest aha moment of the whole theory. For so long, we give our power away, thinking, oh, I'll be happy when they finally change. But true, lasting happiness, it doesn't depend on anyone else. It's an inside job. When you take 100% responsibility for your own joy, everything changes. So, I'm going to leave you with a little challenge. Think about your life right now. What is one situation, one person, one relationship where you can just consciously try to practice letting them this week? Just start small and see what happens. The freedom you find might just blow you away.